everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ursuline Academy. Tonight, the matchup we've all been waiting for, number 1 and number 2 Ursuline Academy in Sanford School. Mike Lang and Nick Alessandrini. Nick, the lights are down as we have the intro coming for the Ursuline Raiders. This is a big one. Sanford with 3 losses, none in state. Ursuline 17-0. These are the 2 top contenders right now in Delaware basketball. So we're getting ready for some hoop here at Laffey McHugh Gymnasium on the campus of Ursuline Academy. Nick, you know it's a big game. Sue Heiss up from Atlanta to watch this game.
This is going to be a good one. This is one we had circled in the calendar way back when. I know you and Jason have been excited about it. Shame Jason couldn't be here tonight, but it's going to be a good one, and already can feel it here at Ursuline Academy during these introductions.
Raiders coming off a win over Caravel on Tuesday. They were trailing in that one after a quarter by 8. Scored the first 10 points of the second quarter and never looked back. Sanford, I saw them last week at Tatnall. They were down 7 at halftime, down 3 after 3 quarters, and then just dominated in the fourth quarter. We're good?
We're ready to rock and roll.
Just hit that record button right there. That's it. Just hit it and forget it, right? So it's just the 2 of us right now, Nick.
That's
so
right.
I want to tell people the clock's probably going to be off, and the score is going to be trailing a little bit behind because it's just you and I right now. Nick's on camera and doing the color commentary. I am doing play-by-play and producing. You might hear click, click, click. I'm going to try to take some pictures too.
So we'll turn it into a radio call, right? That's what we'll have to do here.
Yeah, so I've seen Ursuline plenty this year. If you haven't watched Ursuline yet, you're going to look out for the 8th graders, Taylor Brown and Giselle Gigi Banks. They're turning heads. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a college coach or 2 in the building tonight. And of course for Sanford, a veteran team, Dallas Pierce going to UMass next year. Zy Kilgo, also a senior and a very talented young lady. Jada Snow back in the lineup. She's been injured a little bit. And then we'll see who else Coach Marcus Thompson puts out there. Zoe Cashner's going to play. Ellie Carter-Soriano, transfer from Ursuline. She'll play a little bit. And he's got a lot of talented players in that team. So now we're going to get the Ursuline players. It's working at some volume here.
And I'll tell you, Mike, this is my first time here at Ursuline, but this crowd, this is a nice crowd here for this one. This gym is packed. It is a sold-out game. I'm standing up here on the balcony. I mean, it is wild here.
I just turned every microphone up, Nick. I don't know, the gain's got to go down there, right?
But again, I've been excited to see Ursuline. I've seen the highlights. I've heard the rumors. So to be here up close and personal here for this one's exciting. I had a chance to check out Sanford at Slam Dunk to the Beach. So again, having to see them this year, a very talented team. They ran into a buzzsaw down there against a very talented Westtown team, one of the best 8th graders in the country that they went against in that one. Still played very well in that game. They've got a little bit more experience there on that side as we're going to pause here for the national anthem. But those introductions, quite the introductions here at Ursuline. You can't beat that.
There's a story behind them, but that'll be for another day. All right, back in Wilmington at Ursuline Academy. We're just about ready for basketball. Mike Lang and Nick Alessandrini. We hope to have our special guest commentator along a little bit longer. But Nick and I think we can handle it, Nick. You know, we've
Yeah, that's right. You know,
done this for a
I
couple
came
years
in,
now,
you know, kind of, you know, expecting to produce for you guys. This has been a big one that you guys have been waiting to do all year, and I'm excited just to be here, you know, to fill in and just check out the action here in front of me.
Not a seat available. Actually, you can probably squeeze a few people in behind us here. But the Ursuline students are here, and Sanford's got a nice turnout, and it's going to be a good one here tonight on Pennsylvania Avenue. You can hear the Ursuline students in the background. Nick, normally we're down that end.
Yeah,
and the girls are great, but they tend to slide over right in front of the camera.
It's a good thing we're not down that side
Their
right
PA
now.
announcers down there. They've added a PA announcer this year, too, as well as the video introductions. And we're ready to go here at Ursuline's. Hannah Kelly's going to start. Skylar Bolden, number 20, has cracked the starting lineup. Skylar's having a fantastic year. In fact, I think she should be on top plays next week for a play she made here against Caravel. Gigi Banks, Taylor Brown, and Abby Grillo, your starters for Sanford. Jada Snow, Dallas Pierce, Zy Kilgo, Zoe Kashner, and I'm missing one, but we'll get him. Jumping center is Tyler Edwards, and we are underway here in Wilmington.
That's right, so everybody be patient with me. I am not a cameraman.
Just keep it wide, Nick. I'm going to open up this a little bit. There you go. The scoreboard's up top. And a reminder, I'm trying to do the scoreboard in this, and it's going to be a little difficult. We have a traveling violation. The ball goes to the Raiders. See, key for Ursuline, they don't want to fall behind tonight like they fell behind against Caravel. And if you're Sanford, you got to be ready for the defense that these two bring. The whole team really brings it, but the 8th graders are really, really fast. They start such a young lineup. Hannah Kelly, the only senior in the starting lineup for Coach Mooney.
Yeah, you see the highlights. Some of those passes are incredible.
There's the block for Jada Snow. Bounces out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Raiders. That was Taylor Brown, number 1 on the drive. She loves to slash. And she'll drive and kick as well. Oh, is it raining in here?
Something sticky
Banks
on the
shot good. Gigi Banks for 2.
Banks open late tonight, Mike, on a Friday.
That's a 3. They put a 3 on the board. And it's an early 3-0 lead. So I got to look down at the scoreboard every time the bucket's made. Snow driving in on Grillo. The fans want a traveling call, nothing there. Into the corner to Kilgo. She's got one up for 3. No good rebound. Abby Grillo hands to Gigi Banks, and she's on the run, and that's all they do is run. Hannah Kelly underneath with a reverse. Bolden gets the loose ball, but no, it's taken by Tyler Edwards. Her pass for Kilgo, saved and bounced to Kashner for 2. Kashner cashes. You like that? Kashner cash?
I like that. I'll tell you, Mike, that's good camera work. I think
right.
I got that on there.
Nick, the clock's not running on the screen because I can't do it all here.
Yeah, I'm
we got
with you.
scores. I'll give you the time. 6:35 to go, quarter number 1. And my cable's catching. There we go. Banks short on the floater, taken by Pierce. Dallas Pierce, their main offensive weapon. Here's a pass to Zoe Kashner, transfer from Tatnall. Pierce with Kelly on her, and hands it off to Kilgo. Screen set, but Brown gets off of that. Pierce down the middle, lays it up and in, but it's not going to count. It's a traveling violation.
Yeah, just got an extra step in there. She tried to get downhill inside, and a little hop step. They're going to call that one.
Ursuline coached by John Noonan, I believe in his 14th season here on Franklin Street. Marcus Thompson, the veteran coach of Sanford, a Sanford School graduate as well. John Noonan, St. Mark's grad, Nick. And there's a block by Snow. Caravel brought some height too, but Jada Snow, only a sophomore, by the way, number 35, 3rd year of varsity here for the Warriors.
Yeah, it feels like some of these girls from Sanford have been around for a while. That's where the experience comes in. They played in a state championship game.
Yes, they have.
They've been there. So let's see how they do today against some young talent from Ursuline.
Loses their balance, and now loses the ball. Kilgo's got it. Nice pass to Kashner, ahead to Edwards. Edwards and Bolden gets a hand on it. Skylar Bolden, a steal by Pierce. She pushes off, but it's going to be a defensive foul on Bolden.
Oof. I'll tell you, Mike. And you talked about the Ursuline crowd. They got a great crowd up here. But Sanford making the trip over.
Yeah.
There's a great group of Warriors that are actually sitting right behind us. So you've got the Ursuline students all the way on the
they're
left.
a little loud down there.
And we've got the Warrior section behind us. So it is loud, and the energy is high here in this one.
Bill Bretzker's here. You know it's a big night. And Chris Stevens, first aid hoop report down to the other end. The media is here. Nick, this is a big game. You know it's a big one. Pierce hands off to Edwards. And they're going to set it up again with Kilgo up top, 5:30 to go, first quarter. Sorry about the clock. Yeah, a little too much going on right here. Kilgo for three.
And she can do that. She is the engine that makes that Sanford offense go. She controls the pace of the game. So good at getting downhill, that time showing off the long-range shooting.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Kilgo with the foul here on Brown when she scoots by. Nope, not sure what the call is. Referee is very emphatic over there, isn't he? He's laying down the law.
How can you not with the energy in this building, right? I think it's rubbing off a little bit on him.
Hard to hear. Nick, I was downstairs just before the game, and I had like about 10 people stop me, and I said, I got a game in a minute and a half. We got to go.
Yeah, we were able to get everything up and running with just us two. Did a pretty good job today.
So it's not a foul. It's going to be Ursuline possession. I'm not sure what the stoppage was. 5:26 here in the first quarter. It's going to be Banks to inbound to Brown. 5-3, Sanford. There's a three-point shot up, and may hit the cable, but no call. Kilgo's got it, and down she comes. That ball is deflected and taken by Grillo. Abby Grillo up to Banks. Banks gets by one defender, goes on to Kilgo, and she's going to shoot two. So you saw Taylor Brown with the speed there, gets around a defender on the outside. Nick takes it right to the hoop.
That's what she can do. I mean, she's been so good. And again, first time seeing her here in person. But these Ursuline girls, they got some great ball handlers that control tempos. We talked about Zai Kilgo is going to be doing that for Sanford. And then, of course, you have these two for Ursuline.
Another stoppage here. I'm not sure what's going on. And Coach Noonan, always coaching. He's going to take advantage of the opportunity here. He gets Grillo and Banks down there to chat with them. Gigi Banks, big night. Not too big of a night for her to stop and say hello before the game, because that's just the kind of person she is.
I mean, watching some of the passes that she's been able to pull off this year, I've just been incredible.
She's been a regular in top plays.
I mean, she's got eyes in the back of her head. She can hit you any which way. When you're playing for the Red Raiders this year, you got to always be ready for that ball coming at you.
5-4 after that first free throw. And Nick, we've been looking forward to this game for at least a month. It's been on the schedule all year, and the anticipation is just growing and growing. We're tied at 5.
And we were talking about it on the show since we debuted here in the winter. And, you know, Coach Noonan, he's got the Jordan 1s on tonight over there. Good defense underneath.
With the second chance. Ball's loose, taken by Banks. It's a 3-on-2. Gets it into Bolden, lays it up, and in with a pass.
And there it is.
Banks.
I mean, the best passer I've seen in some time, especially so earlier in her career.
That's going to be
and one.
Counted as an and one.
Oh, man.
I think Tyler Edwards got that one.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is going to be an absolute blast of a game here tonight.
And Nick, 2 weeks from today, the basketball committees will meet to pick the tournament fields, and we hope to have something on 302 for that. We're still working on it. 8-7 Warriors after the traditional three-point play. Banks bringing it up, 4:30 to go, quarter number 1. Bolden with a screen. Taylor Brown for three is a little short, taken there by Dallas Pierce. And here she comes ahead to Edwards. Edwards back to Pierce. Thought about the stop and pop. I think Noonan wanted a double dribble. He's going to get a carry instead.
Ursuline able to force a few turnovers here in the first. Just see who's able to settle in first.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy in here, and you know, these are young kids. Even both teams, even if you're a high school senior, you're still a young kid. Banks for three. The high off the rim. Grillo and Pierce fight for the rebound. Dallas Pierce comes down with it, and she gets it ahead to Tyler Edwards. Edwards finds a seam, and she goes in and lays it home. 10-7, nice play there by Edwards. Sees the hole and goes and takes advantage. 3:44 to go here, quarter number 1, in sold out Lafayette McHugh Gymnasium here on the campus of Ursuline Academy. Mike Lang and Nick Alessandrini and about 400 of our closest friends. That's going to be a foul. 2 shots coming here for the Raiders. Looks like Brown headed back to the line.
Good job there just to put the ball on the floor. Saw a little bit of an opening there on the baseline, took some contact. Now going to head to the free throw line. Ursuline has the ability to dribble, drive, and draw some of these fouls. Already been to the line a few times. Going to have to knock down their free throws here, and they've done it so far early. We've seen how big free throws have been in the state of Delaware here in our high school basketball, and both girls and boys this year.
Yeah,
but Ursuline off to a great start.
Saw Salesianum against Caravelle, though. They knocked down 13 out of 16 in crunch time. 10-9, and you make 13 and 16, you're usually in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
And that was in the closing minutes. The game took a while. With 16 free throws from Salesianum alone there in the end. Here's Kilgo. She goes in on Brown. Gets it back out to Pierce for 3.
And she's going to let those fly, and she can hit them. Showing that one off there.
Oh, inside it's Hannah Kelly with a drive.
How about that finish? The scoop and score underneath with contact. You see Gigi fired up for her team. And this one, we're going back and forth here early.
Hannah Kelly has had to relinquish some scoring this year, and she's done it without argument. You know, she's playing on right now the #1 ranked team in the state, and it's her best chance to win a state championship for sure. So she'll do it if she has to, and no complaints from Hannah. And we talked to her about it the other night on the show. She knows everybody's got a role, and she's willing to do whatever. She's also like the den mom out there. Her and Ava Panuto and Sophia Filipowski, the 3 seniors on this team. Only 3 seniors, how about that? All right, this is Snow. We're coming 2:15. She goes in on Bolden, loses the handle, out of bounds. It's gonna stay with Sanford, and in checks Jordan Tate and a couple of new players here for Sanford. We'll get them for you. Ellie Carter Soriano, number 32, the former Raider, and number 45, Naomi Allen, who played last year at Wilmington Friends.
And if you're Ursuline, the one thing, you know, Sanford does really well is rebound the basketball. They box out and they can rebound. Ursuline going to have to battle on the boards when you got players such as Snow and Pierce on the floor.
Also checking in is Shamira Marshall Brothers for Ursuline, number 13. That's up and in. That's Dallas Pierce.
And lost control of the ball, able to re-corral it on the right block and able to finish.
But how about Kelly ahead of everybody, and she gets it done.
When you've got 2 point guards like Ursuline has, they're going to be running and they're going to love to run. And we're seeing it there because they're going to put these balls out on these outlet passes and set you up in a position to score in transition. And Ursuline's been doing that very well here in the first quarter.
They have the Sanford hitting shots. Nick 15-13, 1:42 to go. It's a lot of scoring. Zoe Kashner, scoop and score.
I'm telling you, we've seen some great basketball here in the first quarter. Probably the best first quarter we've seen out of 2 teams all season long. Would love to see the field goal percentage from the Raiders and the Warriors here in this first.
Sanford shooting exceptionally well so far. Kelly drives baseline, pops. Oh, that one rolls out. Not kind to home rim.
That was halfway down, but another great look on the baseline.
Kilgo takes it up the middle, and she's going to stop. Set it for Kashner for 3. That one off the rim, but rebounded by Zai Kilgo. It's at Wilson Evo NXT. It bounces way out. Nick, they're still coming in here to the front door right below us.
Yeah, people coming behind him,
getting
bumped a little bit.
That shot out of the rim. Taylor Brown ahead to
And there they go, off to the races.
Marshall Brothers has a lane. She's hammered, no foul. And the rebound doesn't go in. John Noonan can't believe it, non-call.
I'm frankly not sure I believe it either, as we have a timeout on the floor. Coach Thompson upset with something from the Warriors there on that position. But I had a great view on that here at the camera. Absolutely hammered on the way up. That should have been.
Here from here.
And I don't like to criticize, and most fouls could go either way. That's just how it is. But that one was certainly a foul.
It's so hard. The trainer is out looking at her.
Like we said, Ursuline's going to get some of these rebounds, and they're going to get out in transition and try to get some of these point guards to make these pinpoint passes that they've been able to make all year long. And they are just running free down the left side and right side of the floor, and it's led to some great buckets in transition off of those misses from Sanford. And that's been kind of the key for Ursuline so far here in this one. But Sanford has just been shooting the ball too well. Both teams shooting the ball well. Sanford has been knocked down. They've been creating second chances on the offensive glass. And a couple big three-pointers have been the difference here in the first quarter.
Nick, I was 35 seconds left. I had to get the commercials ready to go here.
That's right. And again, this is your First State Orthopedics game of the week. And of course,
what a game.
Why wouldn't it be?
What a game so far. Absolute thriller going on here in Wilmington. All right, Warriors with the ball and a 4-point lead. 2 team fouls on each. Not a lot of foul calls, and they're not going to call that one at the end. They're going to let them play. And
sometimes, when you got two teams like this that are, clearing away maybe the best two teams in the state of Delaware, you kind of give them that leeway sometimes.
Pierce kicks to Kilgo for 3. In and out. We had another one in and out there. Carter Soriano gets the loose ball ahead of Anthony, but stolen by Kelly. Stolen back by Kilgo. 6 seconds. 5. Into the lane. Stops. Goes up. No good. Rebounds loose. Picked up by nobody. It's knocked out of bounds. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Nick, take a breath. We got some commercials going on. You see the score there, 17-13. You're watching Delaware Live Sports powered by 302. We're back right after this.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
Welcome back to Ursuline Academy. Mike Lang, Nick Alessandrini. Quite an offensive performance there. Nick, he's counting. They put the ball down. Ursuline taking their time, and they get it in time.
How about that? I haven't seen that. That's rare.
I saw several times this year at the Viking Invitational where they would just put the ball down and tell the team we're playing. This is Abby Grillo, stolen by Pierce. Grillo reaches, Pierce goes around her, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. The clock's still running, and that stops at 7:39.
Both teams playing with really high energy here in the first half. Defense has been good on both sides, but both teams also knocking down shots. There's really not a lot you can say about, both teams, that what they could do better after that first quarter of play.
First one's good. Nick, the photographer's lining both baselines here tonight. 18-13, now 19-13, 6-point lead for the Warriors. Here come the Raiders. Still waiting to get these players on track. Some good action by Hannah Kelly in the first quarter. Taylor Brown was able to get to the hoop a few times, and there goes Brown down the middle, and we have an offensive foul. Looks like an illegal screen call on Skylar Bolden, I believe her second foul.
Yeah, I missed that one. Kind of was looking into the camera, but another foul, just a turnover. Going to give this one back to Sanford.
Jordan Tate is going to check in for Bolden. Up comes Kilgo. Less than a minute in. I used to climb fences like that, not anymore, Nick. Goes for Snow, but threw her hands and out of bounds.
And they tried to leak her around that backside there, coming off of a screen, trying to free her up to slash down the left side of the paint, just couldn't get it to her.
Ball security's been pretty good tonight, though, for both teams. Not much in the way of turnovers.
Yeah,
couple
active
steals.
hands. Yeah, active hands on both sides.
Yeah, a couple steals, but the passes have been true.
There it
Speaking
is.
of steals, and they're going to get Banks on the foul. And she reached after the steal, so that's going to be team foul number 5 on Ursuline. They're not putting individual fouls up there, and Honestly, I don't have the time to keep track of all the stats here, so.
And 19-13, 7:01 here to go left in the first half. And Sanford out on top on the road here against the top team in the state.
Our first state orthopedics game of the week, and we're really excited to be here. And Nick, I'm glad you were able to give us a couple hours tonight.
I'm excited.
Kilgo, rebound is loose. Kilgo gets her own. That's also, she gets the third shot, and this time it goes.
And that's it, Mike. We talked about it. That was one of the keys to the game. Kind of when we were talking pregame. Ursuline has got to prevent those second chance opportunities. If you're Sanford, keep crashing the glass. It's resulting in second chance points.
Kilgo, one of the smaller players, that's going to be a reaching foul there. And that's going to be on Zai Kilgo. But he let Zai Kilgo get her 3 rebounds. And she may be the shortest player out there.
Now largest lead,
Taylor.
Mike, here of the first half so far for Sanford, up by 8 here.
Long distance 3, knocks it down, Taylor Brown.
It's a little bit different than your typical high school girls basketball game when these two teams get together. And they're
Pearson
both
in the
hitting.
middle with the left hand, puts it up. That rolls out, rebound Jordan Tate. Brown looking ahead. Boy, she's so fast.
Here's where they're at their best.
Goes through, gets knocked out of bounds by Pierce. The ball, not Brown. She did get knocked out of bounds too, but that was a block by Dallas. Pierce, great defense by Pierce. She's been on the ball all night long.
Back and forth we go here, and not in terms of the score as much here late, but in terms of playmaking, you know.
Emma Anthony checks in, another freshman for Coach Munin. She's a three-point specialist. Looked at it there, but just had Kashner on her. A runner here for Brown, won't go. Rebounded by Zoe Kashner. And she's going left to right on your screen, gets it to Jada Snow. Snow into the middle. Kilgo all open by herself. Those words didn't come out right, but she was wide open and just missed the shot.
Yeah,
Gigi Banks around the defense, off glass, and good!
They're going to get it and go, especially on those missed three-pointers.
They only need one speed. They only know one speed. Those
By
two.
Sanford. Again, Kilgo, that shot came off a little bit flat for the Warriors, leads to a long rebound, and then get it and go if you're the Raiders.
Nick, we got a big crowd behind us right here.
We
You
do.
keep getting bumped into, I know. But we got 6 people at our table.
That's
Maybe
right,
one
yeah,
of them
table.
can
There we
keep
go.
scoring. Can anybody produce?
Yeah, really.
5:08 to go. I'm sorry, we can't run the clock tonight because I just don't have enough attention. I got to watch the game here. Pierce gets it over to Snow. Zai Kilgo, she's been big tonight. Into the corner for Kashner. Ursuline with that quick defense, shutting them off as soon as they pass it. But Sanford, they got so many options, and that's going to be a carry.
So great defense by Ursuline. Obviously no shot clock here in Delaware, but a long possession for Sanford here. Ursuline D'ing up that entire possession and then finding the turnover on the reset there. As Sanford was just too stagnant up top, didn't know where to go with the ball.
21-18, 5 straight. Here's Banks, off glass, no good. Rebounds loose, picked up by Jada Snow. Kilgo with Taylor Brown on her, gets it over to Kashner. Snow into the middle, takes a couple steps, blocked by Tate. But they're going to say it was a foul.
I think maybe got a piece of her in the body maybe there as she went up. But some more free throws coming here for Sanford.
It's going to be Jada Snow at the line this time.
And Ursuline on a little 5-0 run there. It was 21-13, now 21-18. Sanford here a chance to stop that at the line.
Sanford makes their free throws. Announcer's jinx there.
That's
for
true.
Jada Snow. I'm just going to jump off the balcony here. And I don't even know what I'm going to land on here, but
Probably a fan.
yeah, you're right. That one is good. Makes it not 22-18 in favor of the Warriors. Nick, the Plymouth, not Plymouth. Sanford has lost to Academy Notre Dame of PA, who I saw at the Diamond State. They went 1-1 at the Diamond State. The Academy Notre Dame did. Sanford played them at a play-by-play event in Philadelphia. You mentioned they lost to Westtown. They also lost a game in Washington, Virginia, as part of the She Got Game tournament.
Yeah.
Ursuline, big win this year over Plymouth Whitemarsh, defending 6A Pennsylvania State champion.
Yeah, both of these teams with some good competition early on in the season.
Anthony from the corner, a little too much on that one. Kelly has it, but gets it to Carter Soriano, and it's going to be Sanford ball. They were teammates last year. Pierce double teamed, and that's going to be a one-on-one.
Just
And
a
they're
little
going to get
bit.
one of the 8th graders here with a foul. I believe it's going to be Taylor Brown.
Yeah, it's a little too aggressive there in the backcourt after the miss/turnover there for Ursuline. Sometime maybe just a frustration foul, as you mentioned, but foul number 7. We will walk the floor here.
Yeah, 4 or 6 to go here in the second quarter. Mike Lang, Nick Alessandrini, and 400 of our closest friends, 500, whatever they fit in here. Thanks, by the way, looking across the court to Stephanie Mark. The interim AD should be the full-time AD. Of course, they're going to make that decision after the after the year, rather. Stephanie's doing a great job here. Taking over for the legendary Sue Heiss, who I saw in the building.
That's right.
All right, the lead back to 5 now, 23-18. They had it at 8 at one point, at 21-13. And Sanford's been in top most of the first half, 2 for 2 from the line. 24-18. I think they've missed one free throw of snow. I think that was it. They've been at the line quite a few times. Here's Banks over to Kelly. Kelly into the corner for Jordan Tate. Banks thought about it, now finds a hole. Off glass, good, and counted in the foul.
So talented. That time able to put it on the floor. Just has a step on the defender, able to beat her just inside, get to the cup. And the way she was able to hang in the air, it was the elevation and the hang time, as well as taking the contact and able to finish. Not your ordinary 8th grade.
Oh, absolutely not. Nick, I saw her playing the Catholic Youth Ministry Championship game last year. As a 7th grader, scored like 37 points. That's a tie-up, and it's going to be Sanford basketball. So Banks misses that free throw, but it's 24-20, 3:42 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think that was Jordan Tate who was battling for that big rebound underneath against the Warriors, and that's what Ursuline's got to do. They're going to need her to stay active on the glass. Again, Sanford got some big bodies underneath that are able to rebound the ball pretty well. Good time effort that time by Jordan Tate, just tie up.
A couple of substitutions. Dallas Pierce is back in. She took a brief break. And Shimmer Marshall Brothers is in the game for the Raiders, along with Tate, Brown, Kelly, and Banks. We have Kilgo, Pierce, Edwards, Carter Soriano, and Kashner for the Warriors. Nick, you can tell I watch a lot of girls basketball. I don't need to look at their roster. Actually, there are a couple of team players in Sanford I wouldn't even look at the roster, but not these 5. I've had a chance to see Sanford once, just the game at Tatnall. I saw that game. Here's Kilgo, thought about a shot, hands it off to Pierce instead. She goes in the middle over top of the defender. Loose ball taken by Banks. Double team there in the corner. Timeout called by Coach John Noonan. 2:58 to go.
And that's a good timeout right there. Could have maybe resulted in a turnover. Looked as if DJ was going to lose that one underneath the basket. And a good timeout by Coach Noonan here is Ursula. Now, again, just a 2-possession ball game here, 24-20. But it's been a fun first half, back and forth. We talked about Ursuline's been better going out in transition. They've been scoring better when they've getting out and running off of some of these Sanford misses. And Sanford kind of been a little bit better in the half-court offense. You know, they've knocked down some 3 balls there. Able to dribble, drive. We've seen Dallas Pierce knock down a few shots.
Some fouls too.
Absolutely. So this is going to be a great one. I have a feeling it's going to come down to the wire here.
Game was originally scheduled for, originally last night, Nick. They had to move it before the season to tonight. It was scheduled for a 6 o'clock start, and then got moved to 7 o'clock. And whenever they put the game, I was going to be here. Didn't matter to me. Not a real busy night tonight in high school basketball. No. The Holy War going on over Salesianum later.
That's right. That's
starting
right
about now, actually, 7:30. St. Mark's at Salesianum on the boys' side. And a couple games this weekend. Already 2:40 to go. Marshall Brothers gets around. Carter Soriano runs in, blocked.
Should be a jump
the
ball.
Jump ball's going to stay with the Raiders. Warriors want a turnover. Kashner came up with that. Everything good there?
Yeah, just slipping a little bit off to this.
That's a handle underneath. We'll play with that at halftime. Brown to Banks, looks for 3. Oh, it was in and out. And a foul called on Tate. No, it was on Sanford, I believe.
Yeah, so we have a Sanford Warrior hit the deck. And I believe we're going to have a loose ball foul on the rebound.
Okay, so it was
against Ursuline.
I think it was Jordan Tate called for the foul. They can't really afford to send Sanford to the line too much here.
And Sanford's been great at the line so far here in the first half.
Oh, they have a PA now, so I can't even hear the guy. He's
I didn't
here
even.
every game. I can't hear. That's the first time I heard him all night.
Me too. I didn't even know he was here.
First one is up. That's the only one because it was a one-on-one. Back. Oh, the 2 points this time won't go in. Rebound by Banks. She's got Kilgo all over. Way ahead to Marshall Brothers. Back to Kelly for three. Too hard. Rebound Ursuline. Off of Brown and out of bounds. It'll go to the Warriors.
I'll tell you, Mike, it is crowded up here.
Yeah.
Not a lot of wiggle room.
Got to clean this corner out here a little bit, but
we're good on the right side. It's just the pathway.
As long as our equipment doesn't get. We got a color commentator coming, I think, in halftime. I hope. Not that you're not doing a fine job, Nick. We'll have a three-man booth.
I appreciate that, Mike.
A two-man and one woman booth. All right, here's Zoe Kashner into Snow. Loses the handle, but the Warriors pick it up. Try to get our man Evan Jackson tonight, but he's back at school without transportation. Pierce down the middle. Runs into a wall and travels. Good defense there by Ursuline. A little help defense came in from the side. Dallas Pierce, nowhere to go.
I think she's been called for a carry, a few travels here tonight. Just got to be careful with that handle. Because she's so good off the dribble as well. Just got a few turnovers here in the first half.
Marshall Brothers on the left corner. 1:38 to go. 24-20. I think Ursuline fortunate to be down just 4 points right now. Three from Marshall Brothers. I said down one, right?
And that's all due to the dribble drive from Gigi Banks. Able to beat that initial defender off the dribble, put it on a rope into the corner to set up the open three ball.
Shamir Marshall Brothers, a very key role player for Coach Noonan. 1:13 to go. Snow into the middle, off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, gets it to Kashner. Does not step on the end line. Carter Soriano, a little long. Banks has it, and she's ahead of the defense.
There they go.
Goes right in on Pierce. That's going to be a blocking foul. I think that's a good call. I believe that's the correct call. I don't think Dallas Pierce had established position.
No, I think that she was on her way back. You know, wasn't solidified down there, but how about Banks again, able to go to the left and then comes back underneath with the scoop to the right hand.
Draws the foul right into Pierce. She knew what she was doing. Dallas Pierce playing great defense tonight. Has blocked a couple shots. That time Banks gets the call, misses the free throw, and Ursuline usually a little more solid from the line, but maybe it's the atmosphere. You know, this is the most energy they've had in this gym for a game this season by far.
And again, Ursuline had an early lead, now a chance to tie it here, but haven't led since early in that first quarter.
Second one is up and rolls out. Kelly with the rebound, back up. It's good, Ursuline in the lead.
And that's so big, and if you're Ursuline and you're able to do that, you're gonna win this game.
Tapped it to herself, Nick. 25-24 Raiders, you mentioned. First lead since early in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us again on a Friday night. Nowhere we'd rather be. 40 seconds. Do the Warriors hold? That's a long time to hold the ball.
We've seen them do it before.
Yes, we have. And Ursuline they do play some pressure defense. And not right now. They're letting Sanford run this clock down. And they're looking over at Coach Thompson, want to know what the play is. No pressure, so
no pressure.
5-second call.
They're content with letting them have the last possession here.
Dallas Pierce is a great player. I don't think she's going to hit from there. And if she does, you say,
she may
congratulations.
Shoot it from there.
If they make that shot, you just say, you deserve it.
Here we go, under 10.
All right, Kilgo, about 25 feet from the hoop.
3 seconds.
Out to Carter Soriano from the top of the circle. Good! Ellie Carter Soriano puts Sanford in the lead at halftime. Nick, what did you see there in that first half?
Well, I'll tell you what, back and forth we went. It was a battle. We saw Sanford have success on the offensive glass, more so in the half court than Ursuline there in half number one, and they just were knocking down threes, hitting their free throws, led them out to that early lead, but then Ursuline racing back off of those Sanford misses. There weren't many, but Ursuline was getting these long rebounds, out and running, scoring in transition. We've got 2 point guards like the Raiders have. You're going to score that way, and they were doing it themselves, setting up teammates for open layups, and then we saw a little bit of comeback there. We have a 2-point ball game. This one could go either way. This was going to come down to the wire.
And everything we advertised. And speaking of advertised, let's take a break, have to pay some bills here, and we're going to let you see our great sponsors. Make sure you tell them you saw their ad on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Your score at halftime, 27-25 Sanford on the buzzer-beating three-pointer by Ellie.
It's your first date ortho.com game of the week.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University.
Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
But have you tried Premier?
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes. Whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry. giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked.
All right, welcome back to Ursuline Academy. Mike Lang, hit the button, the record button. Mike Lang and Nick Alcindrini, and we're recording. Everything's recording. Nick, they're standing around the end line. You never see that here at Ursuline. That's always just pressed down there, and they are in corners. They're on the end lines. They're everywhere in here. This place is.
Standing room only,
A
definitely.
real sellout, as I like to call it, not a fake sellout.
Definitely more people per square foot than the Super Bowl will have on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Warriors with the ball and a 2-point lead. They just got that lead at the end of the half. Passes to Pierce from Cashner, and she knocks it. That's actually Tyler Edwards with the bucket.
And there you see Coach Thompson going right to what he thought he saw there coming out of the locker room. Both of these coaches great at making adjustments and able to attack on the inside out of the break for Sanford.
Off the glass by Banks, won't go. Rebound by Snow. Kilgo's got it. She's going 3-on-3. Tries to dish to Pierce. Dallas Pierce looking under the basket. The ball goes out of bounds. A very rare turnover of that kind. We've had a couple steals on both sides.
Tried to leave it there for a little bit out in front of her. Just a miscommunication. Wasn't ready.
29-25, 7:13 to go here from Ursuline Academy. Number 1, Ursuline. Number 2, Sanford. And a lot of people think we might be seeing this again in about a month. But gee, that's a long road.
It is. A lot can happen in that month.
One more full week of basketball left next week. Couple days the week after. Bolden for 3, bounces up and no good. Ball bounces to Edwards, ahead to Kilgo, nice outlet. Zai down the lane, gets underneath Banks, but the shot won't go. Bolden and Snow in there. Snow turns around, she's defended well. And here come the Raiders. Banks gets around, Cashner up, just won't go. The shot's not falling tonight for Gigi Banks. Oh, she did have 7 points in the first. Bolden thought about a 3, drives in, takes it up and over. Boy, the shot's just not going. Banks kind of losing her balance. It goes another rebound, jump ball. It's going to go to the Raiders. Woo, you need a breath.
And that's all effort there from Ursuline. Sanford was looking a little lackadaisical inside there. Nobody was boxing out. Kind of looked a little winded there already here into the third quarter.
Yeah, Coach Thompson obviously not happy with the 4 offensive rebounds there. Ursuline just not able to knock the shot down. They had a couple chances. Bolden gets it into Brown, and they're going to start again here. 6:15, long 3. Won't go, and rebounded by Jada Snow.
Both of these teams are letting them fly from beyond the arc.
Here's Edwards down the middle, runs into Kelly. We have the jump ball, and it's going to go to Sanford. Coach Thompson wants a foul, but
great
he's
defense.
not going to get it. It was good defense there by
defense.
Kelly. I saw a hand his grandmom, who I've known longer than I want to admit, down there in the front row. She got here early. Snow blocked off by Bolden. Is going to put up a distant shot and a late foul call. And it'll be 2 shots here for Jada Snow.
And it got her on the arm on the way up that time. Good job by selling it for Snow. Going to head to the free throw line where Sanford's been good, or was good in the first half.
They are shooting very well from the line.
I think missed the last 2, though, to close out the half, I believe.
That's Nick Alcantrini pointing that out, everybody, not me. First one's up and good.
I say that only because those are the only 2 that I can remember them actually missing.
Nick, I know you said that out of love. And 2 for 2 for Snow. Lead back to 6. Every time Sanford gets up, Ursuline sticks close. Let's see what happens this time. The biggest lead, I believe, is 8.
21-13.
13. Banks off the glass again. Won't go. Shots just not falling for Gigi on the first minute, couple minutes here of the third. Snow ahead of everybody. It's good.
Able to use that left hand. Now you see Sanford starting to leak some players out ahead of the pack there. A tough dribble drive for Gigi Banks. Contested layup. She's been getting contested on all of those dribble drives and trying to finish there. Like tough finishes and just hasn't been able to get them.
Give it to Kelly. Hand to Kelly, the senior. Back over to Brown. Thought about a 3. He's going to go inside and get 1 on 3. Kicks it out to Banks. Banks into the corner for Kelly for 3. Off the rim. Rebound by Emma Anthony. No good, but she's going to shoot 2. Emma Anthony got great position. She's not the tallest player out there.
And what we saw, a complete swap from what we saw in the first half. Sanford was dominating the glass, creating second chances for themselves and limiting second chance opportunities for the Raiders. Complete swap here to begin the third quarter. Ursuline has been dominating the glass here through the first 3 minutes of quarter number 3. I want to say 6 or 7 offensive boards already here in the third quarter. 4 on that possession we saw earlier.
Good shots up, a good knot. That's the kind of stuff that drives coaches crazy. You see Marcus Thompson out on the floor, pacing up and down. And we're used to seeing Coach Noonan. Of course, he coaches and he's always moving. 2 very active coaches here in the state, two of the best. Second one is also good, and the lead is 6 at 33-27. 5:05 to go here in quarter number 3. Thanks for joining us on a Friday night. Thanks to everybody here at Ursuline for letting us come in and making this possible. Snow won't go. She gets her on rebound. Second chance, no good. Rebound for Edwards, and she puts a third chance home.
And that's what Sanford, that's going to be, it was the big key for them coming in. That's what they can do. Ursuline had to limit that, and that was the issue in the first half. Finally back to it go the Warriors.
That's going to be a traveling call. Nick, you can't do a spin move in Delaware. I was at a game yesterday, and a walk I called on the spin, and the coach yelled, not every spin move is a travel.
And that is true. He has a point. That is absolutely true. I'm a big fan of the spin. One of my go-tos.
It is basically 90% of the time a traveling call here in Delaware. The referees know how we feel about the spin move. All right, inside to Jada Snow. She spins around the defender and gets it home, and the lead is now 10. That's the biggest it's been all night for the Warriors.
And that's been the key to the game, or not key to the game, the second half for Coach Thompson. They've been feeding it inside, and that's where they have the mismatches, and they're taking advantage.
Kelly gets blocked by Pierce. Sorry about that.
No, you're exactly right. And again, here we go. Off to the races as that one's tipped around.
Anthony almost had to steal. That's a traveling violation. You see Jordan Tate coming in. Jordan's going to give him a little more size inside. And he's checking it from Anthony.
Exactly right, and Coach Noonan recognizes that. You saw Coach Thompson on the first play out of the locker room. They went double big woman inside, and one fed the other, open on the block for an easy layup. They've been going down on the block here in the third quarter and finding post success.
Raiders need some buckets here. 3:45 to go. They're down 10. Being held uncharacteristically low point total here, 27. Kelly in off the glass. That one will go for Hannah Kelly.
That's a big shot. A big shot that time for Hannah Kelly. Ursuline was struggling offensively here in the third quarter. That was a good job. Put it on the floor, find it off the window amongst two Sanford Warrior defenders.
You mentioned there, every shot's being contested, and the ones that are getting up there just not going in. And the Ursuline students, they are not worried yet. Another offensive rebound, Naomi Allen.
And there it is. And Coach Thompson must have got into them in the beginning of that third quarter. Ursuline with a few offensive rebounds, back to the way it was in the first half.
Out of control there on that shot.
With Sanford controlling the boards.
Banks just forced that one, I think, Nick, and it's rebounded by Pierce. She loses it. She's going to call a timeout.
That's a smart play.
It's going to be a 30, I believe. It is a 30-second timeout with 2:52 to go here in the third quarter. 39-29. Sanford just making more shots than Ursuline, and both teams are playing great Ds. We mentioned it's just Ursuline shots that they're getting up and not falling. In every shot, there's somebody in their way.
And I would say almost, if I had to go back and check, and we can't, but I would say almost every point here for Sanford in the third quarter has been in the paint. All of it's coming from inside, either off an offensive rebound or they're feeding the post, driving inside, and scoring in the paint. That's been the point of emphasis, as we mentioned there just a few minutes ago. Thing got cut down to, I think, a 2-point game. It was a 2-point game a little while ago here in the third, and then Sanford able to extend that lead back out.
He does have, he has a couple more players. Well, Bolden has been on the bench for a little while. Number 14, Jazz Wesley, we see her. And Wesley is checking in right now, so he's bringing another tall player in. Actually, Jordan Tate is back on the bench. So Jazz Wesley checks in for the first time, number 14. Jazz is a junior. Nick will pay for the dry cleaning in those pants there. Nick, because we have a tripod issue tonight. Shamir Marshall Brothers also in there for the Warriors. Pierce for three, got it.
Well, that was just excited. That was just a miscommunication, Mike. Off of the inbound, they left her wide open. Somebody just missed their assignment.
Kelly drives, 12-footer, no good. Rebound loose, taken by Hannah Kelly. She chased it down. She's trapped in the corner now. John Noonan calls a timeout.
Yeah. And if you're Ursuline, a good timeout there, definitely saving what would have been a turnover in my opinion. But if you're Ursuline, you just got to take a deep breath. Obviously, they have not been in this position before, especially down 13. They're undefeated or whatever on the season here, especially in Delaware. And this is going to be some, a rare scene for them. You're down 42-29. They're starting to force some stuff up here a little bit early on. And you want to say early on the shot clock. Well, there is no shot clock. Just early on in these possessions, And they're just kind of, one and doneing here. They're going to have to crash the boards on some of these misses, but try to create some more open looks. They've got such talent in the backcourt there for them. Dribble drive, find some open players in the perimeter, knock down some open shots like they did in the first half. We're just forcing too much stuff up, Ursuline is right now.
Yeah, they're just throwing the ball up in the air. Marshall Brothers with it. She can shoot a three. I think everybody on the floor can shoot three. Marshall Brothers around the defender off the glass. Another shot, bank shot, no good. Speaking of bank, there's Gigi Banks like that with the rebound. Goes baseline floater, missed everything.
It's a tough
Ellie
one.
Carter Soriano with the rebound. And she had the shot at the end of the first half that gave Sanford the lead. That buzzer beater might be a top play, you never know.
Yeah.
They kick it out to Carter Soriano.
And just more ball movement on the Sanford offense on this side of the floor.
Cashner wide open, just can't get the shot to go. Rebound by, I believe that's Gigi Banks. It's a foul on Sanford on the floor, I believe.
I think it might be on Ursuline. It's going to stay down that side.
It's going to be on Gigi Banks. Tough to tell from this far away.
Oh, nope, excuse me. They switched it.
This can't end well. And Ursuline does get the ball, so must not have been a foul.
I think either a no call or went against Sanford like you maybe thought.
Tell there's no PA announcer. Well, there is. I can't hear him.
We can't hear him. I can assure you that. This might be the loudest gym I've been in all year.
Abby Grillo, that's a huge three.
That is, you said it, Mike, a monumental three. They needed a bucket like that desperately. Able to knock it down. Again, open on the perimeter, lets it fly, knocks it through.
Still down double digits, 42-32, 126 to go. Third quarter, Kilgo's got some room. She goes off glass, hers goes in.
And she's the engine of that offense. A little hesitation, turning on the Jets inside. And how about that direct off the window?
44-32. Closing in on 1 minute to go. Grillo on this side this time thought about it. And now she's in a little bit of trouble. Gets it to Taylor Brown. An awkward position for Brown to catch that and almost lost it. Brown tries to go up and she's fouled by, I want to say, Tyler Edwards. Uh-oh. And somebody's got, looks like they have a twisted an ankle down there. Is that Edwards or that is Dallas Pierce? And that would not be a good thing for Sanford. Tyler Edwards is going to check in. Dallas Pierce, I believe that's the third foul, but more importantly, she is not putting any weight on that left ankle.
No, that's not what you want to see.
Dallas Pierce, an all-state player.
And that's
going
not going to
be
be
UMass next year, by the way. The Delaware connection continues for Coach Tori Verdi and UMass. Banks gets the loose ball, back out to Grillo. Another three. This one won't go. Rebounded by Naomi Allen. And trainer down there working on Dallas Pierce. We're going to have to clear that training table in the corner. Well, you can see the training table on your screen there. Actually, Pierce is not down there.
Now we're in, under a minute to go here in the third. Sanford in control here, going to be patient on this possession as always.
There's a jump ball, and that's going to go traveling call. Nick, she went up in the air and came down with it, and that's a travel.
And now we're going to have a jump ball because I thought that too. I thought that she got a hand on it.
Ursuline's going to lose possession here because that ball's going to be Ursuline ball, but they're going to lose the arrow.
Yeah, the official jumped the call there. Definitely, I thought that she had gotten a hand in there and tied her up. Could have gone either way. That's a tough one.
Break,
I
in
agree
a
with
way,
that
a break
one.
for Sanford.
Yeah.
But hey, every game's got breaks. Ursuline need to create some breaks themselves. They got to get these shots to fall.
Now they got 30 seconds. We'll see if they hold for the final shot. Not looking like it.
Oh, swish-alicious for Taylor Brown. 44-35, it's 9 points. Expect Sanford to hold for the final shot here. Cashman up to Edwards. Carter Soriano thought about a three, gets it back to Kilgo. 10 seconds left. Cy Kilgo with Taylor Brown on in a pair of ones. She's in a bad spot here, Nick, and they run out of time and do not get a shot. They are going to get the ball to start the fourth. And Nick, great job there by the Warriors. As I get a commercial lined up, we're going to be back right after this.
Like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris. I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Eggspectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware.
All right, welcome back to Ursuline. Mike Lang, Nick Alessandrini. And it's a 9-point Sanford lead as we head into the final 8 minutes here of regulation. We might be here for bonus basketball, you never know. And if Sanford plays like they can, there won't be any bonus basketball. If Ursuline plays like they can, there might not be bonus basketball the other way.
And that
Pierce, you could not lift up on that ankle.
That's not good,
Ball's,
that one.
Ursuline wants the deflection, not going to get it.
And that is a big loss. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out here in the fourth quarter. But Ursuline able to drill 2 threes in the final 3 possessions there at the third quarter. Then that big stop to end the quarter defensively. They've got a little bit of momentum. They got to get after it here to start the fourth. Sanford's been in control here the last few quarters.
So that is Kilgo. He's out there with Edwards, Pierce, Snow, and Kashner. That is Edwards off the glass. Hangs up, won't go. Jasmine Wesley with the rebound. Here comes Banks.
And here they go. Get it and go if you're the Raiders.
Shot up by Gigi Banks. Another one off the rim. Tough night for Giselle since the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Maybe not the best shot to take. It did take some contact on it, though. But, again, just got to let the game come to her here. And just an 8th grader, she'll learn that.
This is Tyler Edwards up top. Kilgo faked out Abby Grillo, but she's going to take the 3 from there. Knocks it down.
My goodness.
Big 3-pointer there for Zai Kilgo.
That's a huge one. That is a big 3 now for Sanford, who answered some of those 3s by Ursuline. And Ursuline put together a string of a few buckets there, but nothing changing, still down 12.
Into the corner, Grillo for 3. Can she get it? No, but the rebound by Banks.
But that's what they got to do, Mike. We talked about it off the air.
Nice move by Gigi. Scoop shot. That one's going to go.
See if that gets her rolling a little bit. That time some room to finish underneath. Finally sees one go through the net.
And she knows she had Pierce on her, and Dallas just can't cut on that left ankle right now. And she went around her and had some room. Sanford going to run a little clock here. They're up by 10. 6:05 to go, fourth quarter.
And we know Coach Thompson and company like to do this when they have a nice lead late.
Here comes Brown. They're going to make Sanford move the ball. Pierce down the middle. Kicks it back to Snow for 3. Jada Snow!
Sanford has played a spectacular game offensively.
You're getting 3-pointers from Snow. That's huge. Here's Brown. She finds the hole. Goes around a defender. That one off the glass. And it's a 13-point lead for the Warriors. They're in great position here.
Now they're going to slow it down once again.
Kilgo for 3. I thought that was going in. It's taken by Brown, 1-on-2. And she's going to wait for her help. No, not going to wait for help. Going to put up a 3. No rebounding help around. And out of bounds it goes. And we talked to Coach Noonan the other night about being down after the first quarter against Carabao. And he thought it was a great lesson for his team. They have not trailed much this year at all. In D.C., they were down and she got game in one of the games by about 10 points in the third quarter. Other than that, Ursuline's been on top. And, you want to see how a team reacts to some adversity. And they really played well against Carabao the other night. I think the shots just aren't falling. They're getting shots. They're just not going in. And Sanford knocking down these 3s is huge. And there's another one for Pierce. That one won't go. Rebounded by Taylor Brown. Here come the Raiders. She's got Edwards on her. Tries a stutter step and forces it underneath, but it's going to be a foul on Sanford.
And again, let's see, me personally, I want to see Gigi Banks and Taylor Brown again put it on the floor but find their teammates. That was a beautiful pass there by Brown after the foul, finding your teammate underneath. That could have been an easy 2. But they forced up some shots a little bit here late and see if they can use that passing ability. There it was.
No-look pass, and Bolden a little too quick for Bolden. Pierce is going to come out. She's got, I believe, 4 fouls. With 4:39 to go, Dallas Pierce is out because of, I believe, because of foul trouble. They're not putting personals on the board.
And again, we saw, I think, also from the start of this game, Coach Thompson. We're making it work. Coach Thompson, I mean, we've seen Sanford shoot a number of threes, and I'm sure he talked about that before the game, too.
How about that spin move by Snow off the glass? Just won't go. Rebound by Skylar Bolden. She gets it out to Gigi Banks. Shot from the corner, Emma Anthony for 3.
And there it is. That's when they're at their best. Off a rebound, Gigi or Taylor Brown, get it, put it on the floor, and race. Go. Find an open teammate in the corner. That time able to do so. That's when they're at their best. That's where they've had their success, especially in this game.
Timeout for Sanford. That corner 3, Emma Anthony especially this year. And they still trail by 10, Nick, 3:56 to go. It's not, we've seen a lot of high school basketball, me and you. Not too late, but Sanford keeps playing the way they have been. They should be okay. Yeah,
they're answering every punch, right? Ursuline's hitting them with some here late, trying to stagger them a little bit late in this fourth quarter, halfway through this fourth quarter. And it seems like every time Ursuline can string together a few buckets, Sanford has a big answer, whether that be a three-point shot or an offensive rebound and a putback. They are limiting the runs for Ursuline ever since they've been up double digits. Ursuline has not been able to dent that deficit too much here late.
No, they Sanford just had that, you mentioned earlier in the half. It was 2 points at halftime. Next thing you know, it was 12 or 14. And that's, Dallas Pierce, Kilgo. They got a three-pointer from Jada Snow just a minute ago. That was huge. They're getting contributions from a lot of different players, and that's what you need when you get into the tournament.
And these are they're not all contested. These they're open shots. Some of them are contested beyond the arc. But it looks to me like they've got the green light. Coach Thompson said, if you got room to fire, let it fly. They certainly are, and they're knocking them home.
All right, here we go, 3:52 and counting. Kilgo around Brown, tries to scoop. That one is short, picked up by Banks. She's got a lot of rebounds.
There they go.
She's on the run.
Same play.
And Anthony from the corner, 3!
There it is, Mike. That's exactly what you want to do if you're Ursuline. Glad they're listening.
More of a wing 3, but it's 3 points nonetheless for Emma Anthony. She's got 6 points in this quarter. Now they got to play some D. Your Coach Thompson, just keep doing what you've been doing. Find the openings. They've been doing that very well.
And Sanford going to be patient. We'll see how that affects their rhythm offensively here. If you're Ursuline.
Great pass to Edwards, blocked, and a foul called on Banks.
And she didn't like the call, but looked like a foul from up here. We'll see. It should be shooting 2.
It's going to be a 2-shot. Now, I don't know how many it is on Giselle Banks. She's got, I think, maybe 3. It's a little tough. Huge crowd here for Ursuline. It's packed. You can't get many more people in this building.
So big free throw is going to be huge coming down the stretch here.
Shot number 1 is up and good. These teams so familiar with each other, Nick. They played each other in the finals, in the semifinals. They played each other in the regular season. Sanford, the home of Lauren Park Lane, who's lighting it up at Seton Hall. 1 for 2 from the line, 51-43.
Now here they go, Mike. Don't stop. Just make a move here.
Banks for 3, too hard. Carter Soriano's trapped. She got the rebound, though. Good defense by Anthony and Bolden, and a timeout is called by Coach Thompson. And I believe he has 2 left.
Again, not sure if I would have shot it there, but again, maybe she thought she was feeling it there. They had some rhythm. They're great when they're out and running. Just wanted the pull-up jumper that time, just way off the mark. Just hasn't been her shooting night. That first 3 went off the window early in that first quarter. I believe that's her only 3. Maybe she has another one. But now, if you're Ursuline, a tough miss there. You're going to have to D up. You're down by 8 with 3 minutes to go, and you got to limit the second chances. You got to rebound the basketball. That's a big key. And if you're Sanford, you just stick with what you're doing. You keep playing the same game you've been playing. They played a great game through almost the entire way here today at Ursuline. Just keep it going. Rebound the basketball. Be patient offensively, and do not force anything.
I keep expecting which wrestler comes out to this song. It's just that's not Triple H.
No.
Jericho?
Is he? I think AEW, some AEW now?
Well, when he was in the WWE, I believe Jericho came out to that song. Alrighty, speaking of Friday Night SmackDown right here at Ursuline Academy.
That's right.
Right now, Sanford is the leading contender in the clubhouse for the Wilmington title belt. The state of Delaware title belt right now.
I have a feeling there might be a rematch in the future.
It's like Money in the Bank. The belt's hanging from the ceiling, and the Warriors are getting close to that top rung of the ladder to get it. Sanford, of course, I know they haven't forgotten the title game last year. They wanted to travel there. Carter Soriano's going to get 2 instead.
That's a textbook press break out of Sanford. Able to get it past half court. Great passing, sets up an easy
Brown
layup.
drive, she's tripped. They're going to say it's on the floor. No continuation.
Yeah, that would have been a nice and one in the NBA or WNBA.
Speaking of WNBA, I thought maybe the WNBA former MVP would be here tonight, but I have not seen her.
I bet you she's watching the stream, Mike.
Yeah, she might be. Elena, if you're watching, thanks for tuning in. And saw Elena play a few games in this building,
That's
too.
right. And you mentioned Lauren Park. What a career she's having at Seton Hall.
Unbelievable. Unreal. The player she's become even better than when she was in high school. Anthony Stewart there. Rebound picked up by Banks. Trying to find an opening to shoot, but finally goes with the pass. Nearly stolen by Pierce. Brown, runner, contact, no call. Bolden is going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, tough
I
no
got
call there.
tongue-tied and twisted. Speaking of music, Pink Floyd right there.
Yeah, the no call there as Brown went up, took some contact, let him play, and then the offensive rebound for Ursuline.
Coach Thompson wants an explanation. You know what the official says? You're outside the coaching box. There's your explanation. But now he's over there, and you know, the official's credit, he's listening to him.
And I'm telling you, this has been everything we thought it was going
and
to
then
be.
we have a officials conference coming up here. So we don't know what's going on here.
And the fight, it feels a lot closer than a 10-point game right now. And Sanford has just played phenomenally well.
So Coach Noonan taking advantage here to get a pseudo timeout. Maybe set up a defense.
And the officials, again, whatever Coach Thompson had brought up to them, they're talking about now, trying to figure out something.
Nick, do we, while we have this little break, we have Goldie tomorrow. Do we know where we're going next week? Do you know where you're going? No?
We do not. We're going to go back, look at the schedule here, and figure out where we are going to be next week.
Good game last night, Cape and Polytech. Wait, wrong drive. Hang on.
Yep, so
all right, here comes Skylar Bolden with the first free throw, swish.
So that cuts it back into single digits. If you're able to hit this one, it's an 8-point ball game with 2.5 to go.
I thought that was Sally's in St. Elizabeth's on Wednesday, it looks like. Caravelle, Middletown on the 18th. And I'm not sure, I don't think we're doing that one there. And Laurel and Seaford, those are all boys games, by the way. Let me get that point on the board.
I know, you make the schedule early in the year, and then
big game next week that maybe we can
and then sometimes they take the games off. They don't even tell me, Mike.
The girls game next week, I might see if we can do Archer and DMA. That might be for the Archer and Conrad for the Diamond State title. So 1 for 2 from the line, still a 9-point deficit for the Raiders. Up top to Kilgo, no hurry here. Brown all over her. Kilgo goes in between a couple of defenders, blocked. But she gets the ball back. Great play. Kicked out to Edwards. And Cashier's got it. They're going to be able to run some time. Great play by the Warriors there to keep that ball in play.
No, another second chance opportunity. Been the name of the game for the Warriors today.
This time it's Anthony on Kilgo. 1:59 to go. It's still a 9-point game. Bolden up top for Cashner. Timeout called. No foul. It's going to be a foul on Skylar Bolden. And that is they put the new one on the board yet? I think that's still 6 fouls, so it'll be a possession foul. Next one will put, I'm sorry, it's only 3 fouls on Ursuline. So they're going to be collecting fouls here in the next minute or so. Next 10 seconds. By minute, I meant 10 seconds there, Nick.
I knew what you meant.
Emma Anthony, I think Coach Noonan saying, if you can't get that steal, get the foul. But Kilgore goes all the way. Rebounded by Edwards. Sanford doing a job on offense here on the boards. And they're in no hurry. They don't need to shoot. Running half minute off the clock. And then finally, Brown gets a piece of Jada Snow, and that's the foul number 4. Marshall Brothers will check in for the Raiders. So as you mentioned, it's been, Sanford's been on top most of the way, but it's never felt like a 12-point game like it was.
And again, once Sanford got that double-digit lead, they've been able to keep it for most of the game. I mean, majority.
Anthony
almost wire to wire.
On Cashner, it's going to be a steal. Banks all alone. And this time it goes.
So now they're back within 7. That's the closest they've been in a while.
Dangerous pass, but how about that to Dallas Pierce? I'm sorry, Tyler Edwards. I keep getting them mixed up, but they get those 2 points back.
Their press break has been great here in the fourth quarter. Easy layups coming off of it.
Taylor Brown, 1 minute to go. It's a 9-point game. The three-pointer's up and down.
And just like that.
2-possession game, but they need some stops.
Oh, that might have been. That was close to a whistle.
Cashner to Snow. She finds an open Pierce, but the foul is called. Only the 15th foul on Ursuline. They still need 2 more to send the Warriors to the line. Nick doing what he can with this tripod. It has abandoned us.
Not a lot of stationary here, too. Got the legs moving a little bit.
I'm going to put that 1 foot down there. That'll make it a little more. Now just put the rubber stopper down.
I'll make do for the final
All
minute.
Right. And we got people getting up, so you might see some interference there in the shot there. That should make it a little more stable. Sorry about the movement. Hey, we're just trying to bring you the best broadcast we can.
That's right.
With just the 2 of us.
Name of the game.
All right, Carter Soriano checked back in. Maybe the shot of the game, that three-pointer at halftime, even though I think Ursuline tied it at the beginning of the second half, really gave them some momentum. And all the offensive rebounds they've had has been huge. There's a steal for Banks. Blocked out of bounds by Pierce.
That's a huge block. That's basically taking away 2 points with 36 seconds to go as we have a sub come in. No foul, just a clean block. Heck of transition defense.
Dallas Pierce on a bum ankle, did not give up. It'll be Ursuline ball. Kelly's going to bring it in here. Gets it to, well, I was going to try to get to Anthony, but she's covered. Out to Shamira Marshall Brothers, 35 seconds.
They're down 6.
Down the lane goes Brown, off glass and good. $55-51.
They've been great on the press break that time. Maybe a good foul if you're Ursuline. That could have been 2 more easily, potentially for Sanford, as they already were past 3 of the Raiders who are still in the backcourt.
Timeout called by the Raiders here with 21 seconds to go. Nick, we're not at the end, but you can see it from here.
That's right. And again, and kind of what we expected, right? Already a 4-point ball game. We talked about how it didn't feel like they were up by 10 a minute and a half ago. Now they're not. They're down by 4. Ursuline is. And Sanford, again, been a little bit, you don't want to say stagnant or anything like that. Just a few turnovers on these traps from Ursuline, forcing a few turnovers. And Ursuline able to score in transition. And now we've got ourselves, a ball game again here with 21 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to what we talked about, free throws for Sanford. They've been good at the line, though, tonight.
That's right, Nick. And by the way, in the back, you may hear a song you recognize. It's Party in the UA. They know all the words. Look at them.
I know all the words here, too, Mike. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Miley Cyrus fan.
Hey, by the way, Miley can sing anything, by the way. Anything. Got a new album coming out in March. How do I know that? Because I've got daughters. I mean, they're not teenagers, but they pay attention to that stuff. I probably should admit that I know that, but I do.
Oh no, that's a good thing. You get extra street cred for that.
All right, the Raiders. They need some help. Is what they need. Kilgo at the line. The students are trying. Nick, first one is the only one. It's out. Here come the Raiders, 20 seconds, they're down 4. Banks finds room, goes up, too hard, rebound, no good. Kilgo with the board. She's fouled by Anthony. 2 chances there, Nick.
They had it. That was a chance there if you're Ursuline. A chance to get right back in it, cut it to a 1-possession game, and a chance to tie it here in the next couple
seconds. They really
seconds.
had to hit one of those shots.
They did, and that was a good offensive effort again. GG just couldn't get it to fall on the drive. Hannah Kelly was there, almost able to put it back in. Maybe took some contact, but can't call a foul in that situation.
All right, Kilgo back for a 1-on-1. It's up and down this time. It's still going to be a 2-possession game, but not 12 seconds ago, you need help.
Yeah, what a game it was, right? And again, I have a feeling these two teams might meet a little bit later on.
Oh, yeah.
What a game is that going to be?
Sounds like a late round game. 2 for 2. Another timeout called by Coach John Noonan. Once again, I want to thank the coach and his players for coming out the other night to the DLS Weekly.
Absolutely.
At Buffalo Wild Wings with Pat Garianis and myself. And we had plenty of time, Pat and I. We gave both teams lots of time on the interview. And Nick, Honey Barbecue was your winner.
Really? All right, you go. Hey, Honey Barbecue's got a great following.
That's right. And I think also one with Caravel Boys. By the way, you want to guess John Noonan and Frank Pinuto's walkout music, or warm-up music.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if you have any clue. They're both my age. They graduated from high school the same year as me. They are both the daughters, not the daughters, the player. Well, Ava Pinuto is Frank's daughter. The player said that John and Frank would come out to Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, there we go.
John is a huge Pearl Jam fan, by the way.
I like that.
I think my favorite band in that Seattle grunge era is Alice in Chains.
Okay. Some good options there.
Yeah, I like Stone Temple Pilots and all of them. Yeah, Soundgarden, why not?
Yeah.
Into the corner, they got to get something up 7. Marshall Brothers drives, she's going to throw it off glass and no good. Rebound and net. It is a foul on Hannah Kelly, so one more 1-and-1. Sanford's going to take this one, Nick. Just a matter now what the final score is.
Yep.
And we're going to probably have a new number 1 next week, I would imagine.
That's right, and Sanford played a great game, and they hit the 3 balls.
Hit the shots.
And that's the thing, right? And
got all the rebounds.
And that's it. If they get the rebounds, they're going to have a chance to win any game, obviously. And we saw that they had a chance, at Westtown and slam dunk. Westtown was just a little bit too good there. But if Sanford's hitting their shots, they're going to be a tough team to beat. I know you say that about anybody, but they already rebound so well. They play such good defense. If they're knocking down those shots as well, it's going to be really tough, and that's what they did tonight. The defense was spectacular for Sanford.
By the way, Ursuline's going to be 17-1 after this, so don't feel too bad for them. And Sanford, I don't know if I can get you their record here. Let's see if I can get it real quick. That's going to do it. Your final score, Sanford 59. Ursuline 51. Nick, you said earlier it never felt like more than a 3 or 4 point game, even though at one point it was a 12-point game. I believe 13 maybe even. Just a fantastic night here at Laughing Gymnasium. I'll watch our tripod here. I have a feeling it's going to get knocked into a few times. Sanford improves, by the way, to 14-3. 14-3. Nick, they're only playing 19 games. They have 2 left. They're home against Tatnall on Wednesday at 5. This should be a good one. And they visit Caravel on Monday, February 20th at 6:15. For the Raiders, they are down to 2 games left as well. They are home, by the way, for their next game. St. Elizabeth's Underman St. E's is here on Wednesday, also 6:15. It might be a doubleheader day for me. And then they finish the season on February 18th at St. Mark's. So that is the final schedule for these 2 teams. Nick, thanks for helping us get set up and for running. Let me do the play-by-play, man. I appreciate
Thanks for having me on. It's great to be here to fill in. And
our special color commentator just got caught up doing other things. So, Adriana, we will get you next time. And that's it. Your final score here, 59-51. Thank you to Stephanie, Mark, and everybody here at Ursuline Academy, and to the coaches, Marcus Thompson and John Noonan, and the players. And that's going to wrap it up for us. So, we don't know our next game. We think it's going to be Wednesday.
Check social media.
We think it's going to be Sally St. Elizabeth's on Wednesday night from the St. E. Center. For Nick Alessandrini, I'm Mike Lang, and everybody at Delaware Live Sports. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.